So we want to do this. We want to improve our game on different turn runouts. But my idea is that we pick one turn, for example, turn flush today, and then that is gonna be the in Italy we say variabile indipendente, like the independent variable. Everything will go around the turn flush, because usually we study like big blind versus button, and then we start, okay, let's study turn flush, turn straight, turn blank. No, now we study turn flush, and then we start and we look at what's happening in big blind button, early position button, small blind versus big blind, 3-bet pot, 4-bet pot, and we look what happened to the caller and to the raiser. So at the end of this, we should be pretty good on the turn flush. So these are the notes I took. So what do we want to look at? Range versus range consideration. In the specific, I would like to say probably you can even be like EV advantage or disadvantage. This is what I mean. And yeah, and then bet sizing, which is, I don't know why, but bet sizing, which, yeah, we will probably have some surprise today. And then how do we build the betting like the range? So that's I like always to write down like bottom value betting range, so that you can understand how thin you can go. But and then the checking range, so you can understand how much nut dance you will check. And obviously the bluffing range. Also, I wanted to write bet frequency under bottom value betting range, because the frequency is determined by how much you can value bet. Because if you don't have a big value betting range, yeah, your frequency is going to be tight because you cannot bluff. Imagine you have 200 combos and you can value bet only with 15. Yeah, and you're going to bluff with probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7. It depends on the size. So, and that means that you see bet 10, 20% of the times. So that's why the bet frequency is just a consequence of how much you can value bet, and obviously for which sides. So bet frequency should be under here, but yeah, you know, because the more value bets you have, the more you have to fill and complete your range with bluffs. This is GTO one-on-one. How do people say it? I don't even know, but standard GTO. The main lines that we study, GTO one-on-one, the main lines that we study are for the raiser, the bet, and for the caller, the check bet, which is the prob. And this is for when the caller is out of position, or the stab, which is basically bet versus skip flop c bet when it's BVB. Queen jack 2, yeah, this is can bet full frequency if you go 1/3 pot. Again, look, again, flush draw check raising, less than, like, calling double amount of check raising. I don't believe it will happen, and therefore it's very important, and then we understand how to deviate. And the turn, still some overbets on the lower one, but actually there's a bit more overbets in here. But in general, 3/4 pot, it's again the sides, but as you can see, almost not all, yeah, like not pure overbet, but see, like on the ace, 22-6, 24-9. It basically, who is probing, it's splitting his range in two. Yeah, essentially in two. An overbetting range and a small betting range. 8-7-6. Bet. Also, are you guys betting this frequency on 8-7-6? I hardly doubt. I hardly doubt the population is betting this much on 8-7-6. Like betting this much of all of these random 2-over cards, pocket threes, pocket deuce, queen C of heart. These boards also are so badly played because people understand that it's not a good board, and then they just like become nitty. So in my opinion, like population on this board is betting like no more than 50% of the times. And therefore should be some overfold and probably more races. It depends how they bet. Here it's gonna be, I wanted to say it's gonna be no overbets because yeah, look at the board. And it's wow, that's very, this is situational, of course, but in general we want to put a lot of bet mid high free. Wow, on the 4, these are so interesting boards. On the 4 of club, on the 4 of club, we only overbet. We highly polarize ourselves. We have 22 flushes. He has 13 flushes, so we have double amount of flushes. Yeah, we have very good bluffs. It's very interesting, and he should be calling with. Whoa. Yeah, everything which is a pair plus a draw, we should be calling. We will check this later. Yeah, so what we get right now, it's yeah, whatever this I will do later myself. Too many straights to get value from. Yeah, true. I mean, when we see that he need to defend, even with an 8, like a middle pair plus the draw, he still needs to defend, of course, the overbet. It's gonna be the thing. And it's also so easy to build this overbetting range because it's just flashes, all these flashes, straights, and then the bluffs are here. Like the ace of club, king of club. That's it. And that's it. So is there some weird, very weird bluff? Yeah, this stuff. Pocket threes, pocket deuce. But even there, it's easy. The only problem, wait, look, yeah, there is not even the problem of frequency because it's full frequency, full frequency, and the queens, full frequency. Then this is top pair. This is weird because the 9, yeah. Oh, wow, that's cool. Ah, look how smart is the solver. He is like checking back, betting the straight without the ace of club, and checking back the one with ace of club because those are the ones that he doesn't need protection. That's very, very cool to remember. And checking all the others because, yeah, he would be facing a lot of flushes itself. And then full frequency, full frequency, full frequency. Not hard because sometimes you can, yeah, really mess up with frequencies. But it's not the case. Even here, you see, like the pattern with the straight, with the kicker, with the high kicker. It's the one that goes in the checking back range. Very interesting. Okay, now let's start with this 876 since we have it. So check, check. Probing. How is the probing? Probing is on the I card. Let's call it pure overbet. So Broadway, pure overbet. Completing like 4 of, yeah, this is very, we have to write more notes because this board is very dynamic. Let's write like this. It's mid-low frequency. Actually is, this is 120, no, 110, yeah, 100, it can even be 120 or there. 110 low frequency, turn Broadway. Why? Yeah, because it's a very good turn to reduce the combos, these combos. Like, yeah, we have to look at this. So which flushes are checking from opponent? Which flushes are the one that, I mean, what is better? What is the better flush that can happen for the caller? Yeah, I mean, just look at the green. Where is more green? On the ace. More green is here on the ace, on the kings, on the queens, and like here there is no green. That's why a low, like a 4, a 3, a 2, it's not the best. But here there is, yeah, here there is more green. So if the turn is an ace, yeah, it will not have all of these ones. And these ones, it bet higher frequency, so he has less. And anyway, he has less. So for example, if the turn is an ace, we will have 21 flushes, he will have 4 flushes. That's the thing. That's why we can overbet, because it's 21 versus 4, 3.6 flushes. On the king, sort of the same, 18 versus 3. On the queen, 19 versus 3. On the 2, it's 17 versus 5. You see a little bit difference. We have less, he has more. Still, we are dominating it. And we're even over bluffing, like over betting, yeah. Where we don't overbet. Basically, now that I look at it better, it's just an overbet spot. We don't overbet on this middling stuff, but because it's the fourth of straight, not because we are afraid of flushes. So if the 6 was a 4 or a 3, we just would see a lot more overbets. So basically, we're overbetting every time. So I can write 110% low frequency overbet, not on the Broadway, on every run out, on all run outs, not except fourth of straight. That's it.